Okay, the wheel is now ready to be used. Most of the sanding wheels will have a tilt angle on them for an outside edge. This one is tilted back 20 degrees. So our spindle is tilted back because these parts are run face down. Okay, for the initial setup, what we'll do is take the part, mark it with a pencil so that we can tell what we're sanding. You can visually sight through the sight along the fence and visually adjust the wheel up, down, in, out to about fit the profile. The other thing, you put the part against it, hold it, turn it by hand. After you install new sandpaper, if there's a spot where the paper's not seated down tight to the Velcro, it will have a lump in it and be a tight spot as you turn the wheel. The other thing that can do, turning by hand, gives you a visual on where you're actually contacting. Here we're taking just a little bit of pencil mark off here, really nothing much on the back side. So we need to bring the wheel forward a little bit. Try it again. Now I can just see that it's starting to touch on the back side. On the front side, again, we're taking the pencil mark off, so it's possibly too high. So we'll drop it down just a little bit. And if we feel like we're pretty close, I actually turn the machine on then and make a test pass. Now don't start at the end. What I like to do is start with the end of the part against the fence, just bump it in, move it a little bit. Now I can take a look at it. I'm really taking all of the pencil mark off on the side, although there are a few smudges left on it. Top side again, there's just a few smudges left. So that's actually very close. Take another test. Again, take a look at it. We're leaving a little bit of pencil mark on the side. We're leaving a little bit on the top. We probably need to raise it up just a little bit. Test it again. What we're trying to achieve here is removing most of the pencil mark. Now there's just a few little smudges left on the side and just a few little smudges left on the top. That's pretty much ideal. The secret to getting long life out of the sandpaper is sanding very lightly, or as lightly as possible. Usually one light pass going with the grain is sufficient. On end grain, that usually doesn't take enough material off, so you make a couple of light passes on ends. That smooths out the end grain nicely. Now if you notice, as I pushed that across on the end, I didn't just push the drawer front across, because what happens eventually, when it hits the wheel, it catches the part, pulls it back, the corner digs in and tears your sandpaper. So what we have is a little push block that we follow the part, push the part through with the push block whenever you're doing shorthand.